You're sitting inside a courtroom. Cold air conditioning humming softly overhead. Wooden benches packed with reporters. Families. Hospectators. People clutching notebooks and phones. At the centre of the room, a man sits smiling. Not nervous, not ashamed. Smiling. Like he's enjoying himself. 2 women are dead because of him. 2 families destroyed forever. And somehow, he still looks relaxed, almost amused. Then, across the courtroom, one of the victim's family members begins crying quietly, and Wade Wilson turns his head, still smiling. Like none of this feels real to him. The cameras keep flashing. Women online keep posting about his eyes, his tattoos, his jawline. Meanwhile, the names Christine Melton and Diane Ruiz slowly disappear beneath headlines about him. Then finally, the judge begins reading the sentence. And for the first time since the trial started, Wade's smile starts fading. Tonight, we are going to talk about Wade Wilson. Welcome to the podcast you can't unhear. Cape Coral, Florida. This story feels disturbing long before the murders happen, because Wade Wilson didn't look like the version of evil people expect. No creepy old house. No secret basement. No terrifying reputation everybody feared. Just a young man drifting through life recklessly. Drugs. Violence. Petty crime. Manipulation. The kind of person people describe afterward by saying, he always seemed off. Wade was adopted as a baby by a couple in Florida, and growing up, his life looked relatively ordinary from the outside. But underneath it, there were already warning signs. Aggression, instability, substance abuse, trouble with relationships. The kind of chaos that keeps escalating quietly until eventually, people stop seeing potential in you and start expecting disaster instead. By his 20s, Wade had developed a reputation for manipulation and violence. Drugs became constant. Methamphetamine especially. His appearance changed too. Face tattoos. Wild eyes. Restless energy. You can almost feel how badly he wanted attention. Not love. Attention. Even negative attention still meant somebody was looking at him. Then came October 6th, 2019. The night everything spiraled completely out of control. It started at a bar. Music. Alcohol. Late-night conversations between strangers who never imagine they're walking into the worst night of their lives. That's where Wade met Christine Melton. 35 years old, kind, trusting, the type of person friends described as warm and compassionate. And honestly, that's what hurts most about stories like this sometimes. How ordinary the beginning feels. Because Christine probably thought she was just spending time with somebody interesting for one night, not inviting death into her home. The 2 eventually returned to Christine's house together. At first, nothing seemed wrong. But sometime during the early morning hours, something inside Wade snapped. Or maybe it had already snapped long before that. The details later revealed during trial were horrifying. Violence inside the home. Strangulation. Panic. And eventually, Christine Melton was dead. Most people would stop there. Most killers panic afterward. Run. Hide. Disappear. But Wade didn't stop. That's the terrifying part. Because after killing Christine, he kept moving through the city like the night wasn't over yet. Like he still had energy left inside him for more destruction. Hours later, he encountered Diane Ruiz, 43 years old, a mother, walking alone, completely disconnected from the first murder. That randomness makes this story feel much colder. Diane wasn't targeted because of some personal conflict. She simply crossed paths with the wrong person at the wrong moment. Wade offered her a ride. At some point, she realized something was wrong. Witnesses later described horrifying violence inside the vehicle. Screaming, struggle. And eventually, Wade murdered her too. But even that wasn't enough, because afterward, he reportedly drove over Diane's body repeatedly with the car. That detail alone tells you something terrifying about his emotional state that night. Not panic. Not self-defense. Pure destruction. Like human life had stopped meaning anything to him at all. Then came the phone call. This part of the story feels surreal. Because after everything, Wade called his biological father. Imagine answering your phone that morning, still half asleep, and hearing your son calmly describing murder. Not one murder. 2. The father later realized Wade had been involved with one of the victims. And eventually, he made the decision that changed everything. He turned his own son in. Police arrested Wade shortly afterward, and almost immediately, the evidence became overwhelming. DNA. Witnesses. Timeline reconstruction. Phone data. The case against him kept tightening piece by piece. But even then, Wade continued insisting he wasn't fully responsible. Not guilty. Not premeditated. Watching interviews from that period actually feels deeply uncomfortable. Because there's this strange emotional emptiness in him. Like he understood people were horrified, but didn't emotionally feel why. Then came the trial. And somehow, the story became even stranger. Because instead of focusing entirely on Christine and Diane, the internet became obsessed with Wade Wilson himself. Women online started calling him attractive, posting edits of him, analyzing his tattoos, his facial expressions, his body language inside courtrooms. Some even called themselves Wade's wives, the part that disturbed me most. Not because hybristophilia is new. We've seen that before with serial killers. But because it happened so fast. Like social media immediately transformed a double murderer into some kind of dark internet celebrity. Meanwhile, inside the courtroom, the victims' families sat only a few feet away, forced to listen to every detail repeatedly, forced to relive the worst moments of their lives while strangers online obsessed over the man who caused it. And Wade? He often looked completely relaxed, smirking, laughing occasionally, making strange hand gestures people online endlessly analysed. Some believed the tattoos on his fingers carried hidden meanings. Others convinced themselves there were more victims nobody knew about. Internet theories spread everywhere. That's when the case started feeling less like true crime and more like some kind of performance people forgot involved real dead women. Then came the rumors surrounding his lawyer, Wendy Perez. People online obsessed over every glance between them, every tiny interaction in court, Every moment their body language looked too comfortable. And slowly, the courtroom transformed into something grotesque. Like spectators were watching a Netflix drama instead of a double murder trial. Meanwhile, Christine Melton and Diane Ruiz became background characters in their own story. But then, the atmosphere finally changed. The sentencing phase began. Victim impact statements filled the courtroom. Family members crying, voices shaking. Describing birthdays, empty chairs, holidays that would never feel normal again. And for the first time, Wade's confidence started cracking slightly. Then finally, the judge announced the sentence: death. And suddenly, the smiling stopped. The arrogance faded. The performative confidence disappeared from his face. That moment felt psychologically revealing. Because throughout the trial, Wade looked emotionally disconnected from what he'd done to other people. But the moment death became personal, the fear finally reached him. Real fear. Today, people still debate Wade Wilson constantly online. The tattoos, the courtroom behavior, the internet obsessions surrounding him. But I think all of that misses the point completely. Because underneath all the viral clips and social media fascination, 2 women lost their lives. Christine Melton, Diane Ruiz. Real people. Not side characters in somebody else's dark internet mythology. And maybe that's what makes this case feel so ugly. Not just the murders, but how quickly the world shifted attention away from the victims and toward the man who killed them. Sometimes, the most terrifying thing about modern true crime isn't the killer. It's how easily violence becomes entertainment once a camera starts recording. As always, stay safe out there, guys. Take care of your loved ones. I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast You Can't Unhear.